Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It's that Astro Witch, and today we're going to be asking your spirit guides for a message that you need to hear right now. So I feel like during the middle of the month, every month, at least for me, things kind of slow down or things just get kind of hectic. And so I just felt like, maybe this is a good time to ask what you guys need to hear right now. Maybe some encouragement, some reassurance about your current situation. So we're gonna start by getting some cards from this deck to represent each of the piles. And I think we're gonna get 4 piles today. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. Yes, thank you. Okay, we'll put this aside. So here are the piles. Okay, so this is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you guys can take your time, pause the video, and meditate if you need a bit more time. But if you're ready, you can jump to the description box with the timestamps to go to your reading, and I'll see you there. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So this was the stone that you were drawn to, and I believe this is the smoky quartz. Yes. Okay, so who needs it? Glass half empty types or space cadets. Okay, so when to use it? When you fall prey to emotional vampires, when you're just too spacey and can't even, when you're embarking on a spiritual journey or a journey to pick up your dry cleaning. Extra points if you're thinking, what's the difference? Arm your spiritual warrior is your phrase. Now that I think about it, it looks like a rocket. Yeah, and it says here, space cadet, too spacey. Okay, so you guys, it says here you need some grounding. I think maybe there's a lot going on. I'm picking up like air energy just because of the spaciness of it. So Aries, Libra. Oh, no, Aries, no. My bad. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Maybe you're an Aries. Okay. So these are the decks we're going to be using. We're going to pull out some inspirational cards at the end. So the questions we're going to be asking today are just focused on what you need to hear right now. It could be, like I said in the beginning, it could be reassurance for a current situation, maybe a sign. So we'll see what they have to tell you. So we're going to start by getting some oracle cards. So what does pile number 1 need to hear right now? Does pile number 1 need to hear? This is the one right now. Thank you. Okay, what does pile number 1 need to hear right now? I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope you guys are safe and you're okay, and that you're taking care of yourselves. I feel like, I don't know if you guys are the type, like if you're not feeling, if you're low energy, you just don't really take care of yourselves. Like you're low energy to the point that you just, like, getting out of bed is really hard. Though that's like leaning towards depression. Now I'm saying that if you do feel more of those symptoms, that you should go seek professional help if you're able to. But also just in the sense that you tend to maybe procrastinate a little bit on things. That's what I'm picking up right now. So I think we'll look at these first, and then we're gonna get some more tarot cards. So status with Jupiter in Taurus. Oh, okay. Now for some of you guys, I'm picking up that you're seen very highly from your colleagues. Balance. Oh, makes sense. If you guys are like spacey in the sense that you guys are up top in the position of your career or whatever endeavor you're doing, maybe even a higher, like maybe you're seen as higher. No, let me rephrase that, because I was gonna say in a relationship, like where someone tends to lead. Maybe you are in that kind of relationship where it's more like dominant led. So but so we'll see what's going on. So what does pile number 1 need to hear right now? I don't even know if dominant led makes sense. Okay, I have a card that fell out. This one is important. I mean, all are important. We'll just see what's going on. This is also, that's a lot. We'll just take the top of this. Thank you. Because this is like very Taurus energy. 4 of Pentacles. Let's get some cards here. this is enough. If we need more, we're gonna get some. So thank you. So we have, I'm gonna do these first. We have Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. See, I feel like this is very strongly leaning towards career. So, oh look, Pentacles on Pentacles. So you have Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card. You have two eights here. 10, oh, sorry, 10 of Wheel of Fortune. I was gonna say 10 of Wheel of Fortune. That's wild. Okay. Okay. Page of Wands. I don't know if you guys are losing your train of thought sometimes when you're talking to people. Like, let's say when you space out sometimes when someone's talking to you, that's how disconnected you are recently. Okay, Three of Wands. The Death card. Okay. Two of Wands. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Okay, Nine of Cups. And then these two cards we're gonna look at later. Okay, okay. Ooh, pile number 1. So we have a couple of major arcana cards here. So then I'm strongly picking up this is something to do with career. But this could also apply for relationships when it comes to like investing time and energy. But we will work through that along the way when we do the reading. So let's look here first. Status with Jupiter and in Taurus. For some reason, I'm hearing something like the yin to your yang, kind of with this balance card. And then these two people together. I feel like there's someone who balances you out in a way. So this is why I said it could be with a relationship as well. And I feel like with Jupiter and Taurus, I think like some of you guys, ooh, I'm hearing you hit the jackpot with your partner. Maybe they're super good looking. And you're just like, oh, wow, I'm so lucky. So this is something I'm picking up here. But also, it's like the way they understand you. But then for when it comes to career, because this is a very general reading, so there's like a bunch of you guys from all over the world that like all your energies are mixed up in here. So with the balance and status when it comes to career, yes, I feel it's more like when I said in the beginning that you are of a higher position, maybe people look up to you. But at the same time, I feel like with a lot of things going on, you're probably feeling overwhelmed recently, and you've been keeping to yourself. Four of Pentacles. I think I'm hearing like some of you guys are afraid of committing, maybe, because like those who are single, okay? It's like you're a little bit afraid of entering into a new relationship because you are really settled. You're very stable within yourself, that you're afraid that someone might like shake things up a little, and you're not really sure if you're ready for that. But I think there's someone you know, maybe someone you think very highly of, like maybe physically, like in the world you are of a higher authority because of, position in the job, in the work environment, but you also think very highly of this other person, even if they're maybe of a lower ranking or whatever position. It's like you think that they have so many things, so much value, and there's so many values that you can learn from, and a lot of things that they know. I feel like they're very smart, very gentle as well. See, with the fire and the water, like the red and the blue make me think of like fire and water energy. It's very opposite, but then it's like, I don't know, like it balances in the sense that you need heat and cold, the heat and the cold to make it warm, things like that. Here with the Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the 8. I think you guys are thinking, I'm hearing it's lonely here at the top, maybe when it comes to your career, I think you've been looking back at all the things that you've worked hard on for yourself, which is now leaning towards the romantic, like the what's it called, the love reading. Okay, so hold on. It's like you're looking back at all the things that you've already invested in yourself, that you are kind of, I feel like some of you guys are contemplating on investing in someone else, but then there's this fear of things being shaken up with the death card here. I think because there's so much potential for what's it called, for a new beginning in your career. Like, you're thinking that I'm already at this really high position and I don't know how much further I can go. But then I feel like there's some kind of, oh, this could be venturing into a relationship. But for some of you guys, it might be another side hustle. But it's like, maybe for some of you guys, you're thinking of making your art scene. I don't know if you guys are, for example, you're in the commerce industry, right? And then you're thinking of, oh yeah, I kind of want to sell my art, my prints, things like that. So I feel like you are kind of exploring a new field. So it's something that you are still trying to familiarize yourself in. So whether this is actually a career or it's like a relationship, you are new in this field, something you don't really have a lot of experience in. And I can see that with relationships, it's also like maybe you haven't dated a lot because then you invested so much time in yourself. So that's why I said that it could apply for relationships as well, that you haven't had experience. But then there is a change. And I think it's reminding you that, oh look, you have the Page of Wands here. They're reminding you that don't be afraid to explore this, like whatever it is, like whether it's entering the dating pool or whether it's going, like starting to sell your own art prints or whatever side hustle you're thinking of starting. Like, don't extinguish that flame that you have, because there's so much potential. And I feel like there are people who are willing to support you in this, because here with the Two of Wands, it's like this, from the 3 walking to the 2. Maybe that's something that's holding you back, especially with the 4 of Pentacles here lining up with the Page of Wands, is that you're kind of keeping, you're afraid to like put energy out towards this opportunity, because I feel like you're afraid to explore, because you're afraid that this 3 is gonna turn into a 2. Like, you're afraid that once you start leaning on to someone else, because look, you have the King of Pentacles here with very stable energy, but also alone. Now, I'm not gonna say lonely, because you could be quite, like you're fine by yourself, but it's alone. That's why it's like it's lonely at the top. Maybe you're starting to feel these lonely feelings, and you're thinking, or not even lonely, like let's say lonely for those who are seeking relationships, but for those who are not, it's more like something's missing. Like, you feel like there's something that is not completely emotionally fulfilling you, or even financially. So then you're afraid that once you start leaning on to others, maybe seeking help financially from some other people that you know, or maybe investors, or even trying to start a relationship with someone, once you start leaning on to them, you're afraid that all that you worked on is just gonna just be turned upside down, and you're just like, everything will just change into this too, where it's like you start from the beginning and you're just like, I've already done a couple things to move forward, and now I'm like being pushed back. So whether it's starting a relationship or starting a new opportunity in your career, that's something you're afraid of. But then I'm hearing that it's like, this is something that needs to happen. Can you see that with all this, I'm hearing peril, with all this sadness and like this hard, like what am I trying to say, this difficult energy, this guy, well, not a guy, this skeleton is going towards the sun, right? Going towards a brighter future. So it's like kind of the same sense where you have so much potential here, You have the world in your hands. Whether, let's say, when you're going towards a person, maybe they reject you, it's not the end of the world, because there are so many other people. There's so many fish in the sea. You have so many other chances, so many other people to meet. Okay, it's not just because you put some energy in one person doesn't mean it's all gone to waste, because you learned that, okay, maybe this field is not something that's going to work for me, or maybe this person, actually we don't vibe so well. So then there's always something to be learned, okay? But when you give up that hope, when you give up the fact that you know, like when you put in some energy and then you give up afterwards because everything just went to shit, this wheel of fortune here, it's like it could go back into like a cycle, you know? Like you could be afraid and then you'll be stuck here again. Then you'll be not stuck, but you'll go back to this feeling of, okay, now I feel kind of lonely, and then you try again. But when you're afraid of failure and then you just don't do anything, you'll be stuck. And that's not gonna allow the wheel to turn, because this is a cycle. Yes, we get rejected, but then we'll try again. Maybe we'll get rejected again, like maybe 100 times, but then there will always be that one time that it will work out in our favor, and it will be the Nine of Cups. A wish fulfillment, dream come true. It's all about the strength to continue venturing. Here, balance. What I'm hearing now is that it's not always sunshine and rainbows. There's gonna be some shit we go through along the way, but in the end, we always end up where we need to be. Sometimes it's really tough, but we need to be there to learn something, or we need to be there to enjoy this moment, or maybe to just experience something, and then we will go on to the next step. In order to continue this cycle, we'll keep learning. Okay, I want to see these 2 cards. Let's see. Knight of Cups and the 6 of Wands. Okay, so for the 2 aspects that I was talking about, with whether it's romance or going towards like a new endeavor, a new opportunity with career, I feel like it's more artistic. That's why I mentioned that example earlier. But either way, it's going to be successful. There are opportunities. So let's say for a relationship, there is someone, I think, who'll be able to give you the same. That's why you're the yin to my yang. That kind of energy that you guys balance each other out. You're going to find this person who's like working their way towards you. It's that it's just that you have to kind of open yourself. Look at all these horses. You just have to open yourself up to this chance, because like I said, once you shut yourself off because you're afraid of failure again, then this person won't be able to make their way towards you, because you'll have your walls up high and then it's stuck. Okay, with all these horses make me think of movement. It's going towards, it could be very fast if you allow it. And for those who are going to work on a new opportunity, or start a new opportunity, there is success. But I'm thinking also that there's only so much materialistic success until you just kind of really need to seek something that is more emotionally fulfilling to you. Because here, there is victory. But then it's also a matter of, are you going to be able to see that as a victory? Are you going to be able to celebrate that as well? Or are you going to feel like there's still something missing? Because here with the 9 of Cups, maybe you have these 9 cups that you've always dreamed of having. But then will you think, now I want 10 cups. So I'm not saying don't continue. I'm not saying that you should be only settle for what you have now. I always encourage people to go after what they want, but also be grateful for what you have, so that along the way you'll be able to realize what it is that really fulfills you, so that when this cup goes to you, you will really feel that 10 of Cups, where it's always like, not always, where it's all like you feel complete. It's like you could probably never ask for anything more. It's like you just feel like everything is just perfect, you know? So it's like a lot of people, like, they probably don't have that materialistic wealth. They don't have that material wealth or success, but then they are very pleased with their domestic life. Things like this. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So your message, what your guides are telling you, is that don't be afraid to put yourself out there, whether it's in a romantic relationship or whatever sense, even if it's for a business partner, or whether it's to start something new in your artistic or maybe even scientific career. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because all that you've done, all the things that you have done to work on yourself will not go to waste, because all this will be applied to learning, so that you can start this and you can keep trying again, because you've worked hard on yourself, right? Not just on your money. The wheel will turn and you will get what you deserve, as long as you are not afraid to, as long as you don't extinguish that fire, that flame that you have, so that you can, here, you will have the strength to continue, because this is fire energy here. When you have that strength to manipulate that fire energy that you have and put it into the right place, or whatever you're trying to manifest, you're able to make that wish come true. Here also, okay? Success is assured with the Knight of Cups and the Six of Wands. It's all about if you're gonna let it come in, okay? Okay, let's see some more last messages from your guides. What does pile number 1 need to hear? Last few messages I need to hear from you. Okay, you have Peony. Prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow, right? I was just telling you that. Okay, last card here, please. One more message for pile number 1. These cards sometimes. Zinnia, absence. What is not here is the key. So with these lining up, it's like, when it isn't here yet, how are you gonna, let's say you're trying to manifest something, how are you gonna deal with that? That's why with the gratitude, right? When it's not here yet, you still have to be in that mindset of gratitude, to be accepting, so that all this can be able to flow to you easily. Okay, so pile number 1, that was my message, or your guide's message for you. And thank you so much for letting me read your energy. Thank you for sitting through another reading with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night whenever you're watching this. Take care of yourselves. Do not lose that fire and drive and determination, okay? Go after your dreams and keep on following your heart as well. So thank you again. Take care for now, and I'll see you next time for another reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So this was the stone that you were drawn to. Looks very interesting, like an eyeball, kind of. Okay, let's see. Tourmaline quartz. Okay, because I have one that's like a tourmalinated quartz, but maybe this was what it meant. Okay, so who needs it? Anyone in need of a psycho-spiritual scrub. Okay, cleansing. When to use it? When it's time to shed a light on the vices, victims, and vampires in your life. Once you have a clear view of their whereabouts, it's that much easier to kick them back into the gutter where they belong. Restore your perfect light is your phrase. Okay. I see it. It's like trying to shed this layer where it's kind of like blocking you. But of course, this is tourmaline is for protection, quartz is for cleansing. So let's see what you guys need to shed. But we're gonna focus on asking questions of what you need to hear. It could be related to like more about specifically about people you need to shed, but we'll see along the way. So your decks that we're going to be using are here. We have some inspiration cards here, so we can look at them at the end of the reading. But we're going to start with oracle cards. So we're gonna look at in general. It could be with love or career, what you need to hear right now. It could be reassurance about something in those fields, or it could be like some guidance. Okay, so we'll just see, what does pile number 2 need to hear right now? I think this is the one. Thank you. And here, what does pile number 2 need to hear right now? This. Okay. And we'll get the tarot cards in a bit. So, ooh, domination. I feel like this card keeps showing up in even my previous videos. So I don't know if you guys are watching this and you always see this card, welcome back. So this is Mars in Sagittarius with domination. And we have expectation. Okay. Oh, I'm hearing Wings by Little Mix, like these wings were made to fly. Yeah. Oh, something won't hurt me. This picture. Okay, let's see what you need to hear right now. What does pile number 2 need to hear right now? We're gonna look at some tarot cards. Ooh, that's a lot. I think we'll just take the top of this. I think that's enough. We'll get some more if we need some, but let's see what we have. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, 10 of Cups. Okay. One of the fastest knights we have here. 10 of Swords. Oh, you have 2 10s. Okay, be careful of excess, whether it's work or the way you celebrate, like alcohol, overthinking also. 6 of Cups. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Can we fit one more? Let's see. I think we can. 7 of Pentacles. We're just gonna shift this. Excuse me. Okay, it's gonna work. Thank you. And we have 4 of Cups. 6 of Swords. So you have 6 as well, right? Double 6. 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords. And 9 of Wands. You've got a lot of double numbers going on here. So this is definitely a sign. These also had 2 cards remaining from the previous one. So let's see what's happening. Pile number 2. The pile number 2 with all these doubles. Interesting. We're gonna pull out these cards at the end after your reading. So when I put down these cards, what I was immediately seeing was that you were definitely trying to charge, if I could say, like you're definitely going towards this happy ending that you want, but at the same time there is like something that needs to end. This ending, or maybe something has ended recently. Oh, some of you guys, like with love related, I'm seeing this scene where it's like you were hoping for a happy ending, but then this relationship had to end, and maybe you've met them since you were younger. Like this, it could have been like a childhood sweetheart, high school sweetheart, but basically you've known each other for a long time, or maybe it's like a family friend that you just kind of invested a lot of time, many years, could be even 7 years if that's relevant. But the point is that I was gonna say reflected. maybe you did, maybe you reflected and you found out that something wasn't working out, so maybe you had to put an end to this. But whoever did, now I think you are thinking back. It's not that you're regretting, it's more like you're thinking of how much time, energy, love, money even, that you've invested in this relationship, and it's kind of bringing you down a little. Maybe it's like you're kind of stuck in this loop here, like you want to go towards something happy. Like maybe if you've already ended this relationship before, I think you always try to find this person in other people. So then in the end, sometimes you get hurt because maybe you're disappointed that they're not the same, because you keep on thinking back on this relationship. So that's with the love's I want to say field, that love side of this reading. For those who are not actively looking for a relationship, or who are not in a relationship, don't really want to be in one, because of course we have a bunch of different energies here with all of you guys from around the world. So for those of you who are not actively pursuing this romance, this could be also like a career or something that you were with the swords. I'm picking up more science, no, computers, okay, but whatever field you're trying to pursue, I think for some reason maybe you went through it without knowing something first, or maybe you just went too fast. You were charging too fast without knowing all the details, and then hoping that it was gonna work out perfectly and that everything was gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. But then something happened that you realized it's not the way that you expected. Maybe it's even worse than you were thinking, and maybe now you're thinking about going back to your previous company that you left. Maybe if you guys were hoping to pursue freelancing, and then you realize it's not something that you really wanted, because now you're bogged down with so much work and admin stuff that you realize is not for you, and you just kind of want to go back to how things were. Like you want to go back to your 9 to 5, but then you're thinking, I've already put a lot of energy into this. But it either could be that you put a lot of energy into what you're working towards now, but I feel like not so much, not as much as the time you spent with your previous company. So I think you're looking back at, like, you're reflecting and thinking, oh, those times were much better, where I didn't have to work too much admin stuff. It's just too many things that I don't really have time for. Or because there are people who try and how do I say, they enter into this freelancing field, but then they realize that it's maybe not for them, not their cup of tea, and it's fine. I mean, like, I think this society has just over romanticized like hustle culture, and it's fine if people just want to do their 9 to 5. It doesn't make them a demon, you know, for like sticking to something that's more stable, because for a lot of people that's just something that's better for them. Like they just prefer something that you just 9 to 5 all like 5 days a week, and it's just something you don't really have to think much about. So I think maybe you pursued this entrepreneurship, freelancing field or endeavor, and then it just didn't work out for you. So that's for the career aspect of things. Down here, because I feel like these are grouped into this. So down here with the 4 of Cups. Yes, okay, so it lines up with this as well, with the Knight of Swords and 4 of Cups. I think you started charging towards this 10 of Cups, like something that you really thought, because a lot of people really romanticize this freelancing entrepreneur thing. And of course, like for some people, like starting their own startup is a dream come true. But then for a lot of people, it's not ideal. Like just starting their own business, maybe it's not something that they want to do. So maybe you endeavored into this because you were seeing, oh wow, it looks so amazing. And of course, people on YouTube post their day in the life of something. I don't know, maybe like the first thing I thought of was like a UX designer or things like that. So let's say day in the life of a UX designer, and you're just like, wow, this actually looks so fun. And then when you stepped into it, you're just like, shit, what have I done? So things like that, where you're just like, this is not actually what I was hoping. So these are actually lining up where you were maybe you felt kind of dissatisfied, or maybe you were just weighing your options. Kind of, you just wanted something that was more fulfilling emotionally, and you thought that maybe this would be it. So whether it's in a relationship or whatever, you went into this. But so with the Six of Swords, you were it was rough actually. Like, you didn't realize, but maybe looking back at it now, you're just like, wow, I actually had to invest a lot of time in all that, like making my way towards this goal. Now, I'm not saying everything is easy and nothing should be worked hard for, but I mean, I feel like you worked pretty hard for this, and maybe it was rough waters here. Like, I'm seeing something like it was a little difficult when you were trying to make your way towards this, because sometimes, let's say, when you're trying to pursue something, or when you're trying to go for something, and it's maybe not supposed to be in your plan, like maybe universe didn't really want that for you, there will always be a way for it to not work out because it wasn't really meant to be. For example, a relationship. Let's say you started a relationship, but maybe it's not the one that universe was hoping to put you with in the end, okay? Like your maybe we could say like your final partner. Oh, not final partner, that sounds so let's say the person that you were hoping for a happy ending with, okay? For example, that. Or a career where it's this entrepreneurship or freelancing gig, and then when you're making your way towards it, it's maybe a little difficult, like things always get in the way, or there's always some problem that's happening. And then when things are going, then something happens and then it ends, right? Whether it's a relationship or whatever else. So in this, that's why I'm saying here, with the Ten of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Swords, it's like you definitely felt trapped, maybe deceived, maybe you just felt like things didn't work out, and it just sucks, right? Because you thought you got your dream come true with the Ten of Cups. But now with the Six of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles here, I feel like you are rebuilding again. So I feel like you are not just I was gonna say not just thinking, but actually doing. But at the same time, I feel like you are thinking of doing, but you are not exactly doing. Because now you're looking, you're reflecting, you're thinking about all that you have. I feel for some of you guys that you are practicing gratitude with this Nine of Pentacles. But at the same time, with the Nine of Wands, you've got your guard up, you've got your walls up. You just kind of felt beaten down. You kind of shut down maybe a little bit, kind of retreated after this failure, or after something didn't work out. I wouldn't say failure, but something that didn't work out. It didn't meet your expectations. There you go. Oh yeah, sometimes these cards, just like you look at the cards and then your eyes lead you to another, and then everything just makes sense. You were hoping for growth. You were hoping like to grow old together. You were hoping that this business would grow so much more, but then it just kind of went into shambles, I'm hearing. It didn't work out. And now you've just kind of blocked yourself off from that. I see. This is why you have this message. Okay, let's look at the last two cards here before we pick these out. Eight of Pentacles and the Magician. Oh, I was just gonna... Yes, this was definitely... It's more like nothing comes out of... what? There's a message. It's just like you put in the work. It's not gonna go to waste. You have potential to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest. So let's say a happy and long-lasting relationship, or a very easygoing and just very emotionally fulfilling career, right? So it's like all of this, you're gonna learn something from it. So see, when you keep on doing something, you're gonna learn to do things better. So let's say all these Eight of Pentacles, they look really good, you know, but then it was something that this person had to learn to make before they could really make sure everything looked the same. So there's work that you can put into it, and they're telling you if you are considering putting work into this, so whether it's trying to rekindle a relationship, or whether it's going forward with another relationship, or whether it's investing time again into this opportunity or another opportunity. So whatever it is you're thinking about, because throughout this reading I feel you know what you were thinking of, like there was a decision that you were kind of contemplating. They're telling you put it into action. From the 7, instead of just thinking, ruminating, put it into action. Try. So even if, I feel like if it does work out, you're gonna, like, of course it's gonna be like a dream come true. If it doesn't work out, there's always something that you can learn to tweak it a little bit, because the magician doesn't know how to make things perfectly right at the beginning, because everything I feel is trial and error. So let's say you try, it doesn't work out, then you just try again, and then just like these 8 of Pentacles, it's gonna eventually lead you to the 9. See how that works out? And what's this? I'm hearing what's that? Magic. Let Your Hair Down. Do you know that song? I don't know if that's the title, but it's like, baby, let your hair down. Something. It's like, also put your walls down. Let your walls down. Allow this. Don't allow your fear wow, I cannot speak. Your fear of failure dominate you, because then I feel like you have a lot of you have very high expectations on yourself, unrealistically high, I'm hearing. So it's like, allow yourself to make mistakes, allow yourself to learn from these mistakes, and to work towards the perfect solution that's gonna bring forth what you want into your life. How can you do that if you don't go out to explore and find the right ingredients to make the kind of ending that you want in your life, right? So all this, they were lessons that you had to learn. If you don't put in the energy, what's gonna happen? Nothing, right? If you don't try to put in the energy to fly, what's gonna happen? You're just gonna stand there. So that's the message that they're trying to tell you. Put in the energy. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Because all these are lessons in life that just makes life interesting, right? It's gonna make things more fun, because then you learn, things suck, but then things get better, you know? And then you're gonna say, I'm hearing like, then things suck again, but things suck again and things get better again, right? So that's the thing. Let's see what messages they have for you before we end the reading. What final messages do you have for pile number 2? I'm hearing you need to pay attention to signs they're sending you. I think there are these signs, and then you're just like, oh, that's probably not a sign. If you've been thinking of that recently, they're telling you to pay attention. Okay, I think this is the one, yeah. Allow them to send you messages. I feel like I'm hearing something like, they don't send me signs, how can I see? But they're like, we're sending them to you, you just don't think they're signs. So, it was funny. I feel like your guides are they like to help you a lot, but then they're also at the same time face palming because you don't want to accept the signs. Okay, I'm gonna get sidetracked a little bit. No, not sidetracked, it's related. It's like this story, I forgot if it was in the Bible, but let's say there was this, I forgot if it was a joke either, but okay, let's say this fisherman, he was out in the water, and then he was like asking for fish and asking for, or like there was this huge storm. Okay, for example, there was this huge storm that came and he was stranded, and then he was like, God, please help me. And so there was like this boat that came by with some other fishermen, and they're like, hey, come on, we'll like bring you to shore. And then the guy was like, no, it's okay, God's gonna help me, I'm gonna keep praying and he's gonna help me. So then they're like, yeah, okay, so they're already going to shore. And then he's like, come on, God, I know you can help me. So then there's like this helicopter, let's say for example, this helicopter or this other huge boat that came, and they're like, come on, we're gonna help you. And he refuses again. In the end, he drowned, and then he met God in heaven. He's like, why didn't you help me? And he was like, I sent you all those things, but you didn't accept them. So it just reminded me of that story. Anyway, I digress. So Daisy is your message, and it says, believe and trust in happiness. Exactly. Believe that it's something you can bring into your life. Believe that you're deserving of happiness. Trust that it can happen. Bluebell, gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. Exactly. With the Nine of Pentacles, I was telling you gratitude. Like, reflect and see things for the way they are. Be grateful. Believe that there is happiness that can come towards you. Let your walls down so that they can come towards you, and everything will work out. It may take some time, but everything will work out in the end. I feel like everyone gets what they deserve in the end. Okay, so that's your message, pile number 2. I hope you're okay, and thank you so much for letting me read your energy. Thank you for sitting for another reading with me again, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. And always believe that good things, like you deserve good things. I feel like you needed to hear that. Believe that you deserve good things. Okay, just because some people let you down before, or some things let you down before, doesn't mean you have to lose hope in what you deserve, which is great things. Okay, thank you again. So take care for now, and I'll see you next time for another reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So this was the stone. Is this a stone? Okay, so this was a stone that you were drawn to. Looks like a pill. So, okay, it's called Shiva Lingam. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, so who needs it? Yoga people and people who hate yoga. Okay, so everyone's counted in this. Everyone needs it. So when to use it? When your ego has you feeling too small or totally supersized. Oh, it's like the pill, you know, like Alice in Wonderland, when it seems like you're sucking life force through a swizzle stick instead of a boba straw. When you've got baby making on your mind. Ooh, okay. Go all in on your essence. That's your phrase. Okay. Okay, so low energy, and just like your ego has you feeling too small or totally supersized. I feel like grounding also I'm hearing, because with the Alice in Wonderland idea where it's supersized or too small, it's like maybe you just kind of need some grounding. I feel like a lot of the piles are kind of related to that today. So your decks are here, and we have inspiration cards here as well, which we're gonna pull at the end of the reading. We're gonna start by getting some oracle cards, and the questions we're gonna be asking today are the reading is just gonna center on what you need to hear, which could be reassurance, like I said in the beginning, reassurance, some guidance, or related in whatever field that you feel is, resonates with you. So whether it's in love or career. Okay, so let's see, what does pile number 3 need to hear right now? Whoa, this is the one. Thank you. Also, this one was, yeah, trying to show itself. Thank you. Let's see, I feel like it's raining. Okay, we're gonna start with this one also. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? Thank you. Okay, we'll look at these cards first before we get the tarot cards. Ooh, speculation with Jupiter in Cancer. If I'm hearing like, make sure you know the details before you go. Don't make decisions based on emotions. Practicality with Moon in Capricorn. Yes. Structure also, I'm thinking. Okay. Here we have unity. Maybe you have to work with someone. Let's see. What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? What does pile number 3 need to hear right now? Ooh. A lot of cards. Trying to tell you something. Okay, I think this is enough. If we need more, we're just gonna pull them out later. Let's see what you have. Ooh, Ace of Wands. We're gonna try, I feel like there are quite a lot of cards here. We're just gonna try and make them fit. Three of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. You've got two aces. Definitely there's a new beginning on the horizon here. Let's see. Nine of Cups. King of Wands. Oh, okay. Is this straight? Hold on. I don't know if you guys are very particular with things being straight or not. Okay. Five of Wands. Eight of Wands. You've got a lot of wands here. Okay. Six of Cups. Oh, these are actually enough. Okay. Let's see. You've got seven. Chariot. The King of Swords. You've got two kings here. Look at that. Now I'm seeing this kind of push and pull energy, this kind of conflict. And the Knight of Wands. You've got definitely a lot of wands here. Now, I feel like it's more about going after your dream. Not so much about romantic energy here. I mean, this reading could also apply for romance as well, but I'm picking up more for career and for bringing your dream into reality, manifesting. Okay, maybe it's mostly about manifesting something into your life. So let's see what's going on here. I want to be, oh, some of you guys, I feel like you want to be known to the world, you know, like you want to, maybe you're thinking of entering show business or social media, trying to put your presence out there. But then you're trying to kind of, scan the horizon, kind of scan the market or the pool, like who's there already and what they're doing. Because I feel like maybe you kind of want to follow the structure, like you're kind of seeing what is trending. Maybe for example, you're trying to see what's trending or what is, like, how things are working out for people. So let's say what's trending now could probably be, I don't know, I'm thinking slime videos for some reason. Let's say slime videos. And then you're thinking, okay, what is it about slime videos that makes it interesting or makes it trending? And so you're seeing, like, okay, I kind of want to enter this because it's like, it's paying well with the videos, or maybe it's like, it's a good field that just like has a lot of potential in it that can reach a lot of people. So maybe it's like creating a product as well. So it's not just with entering show business or anything, but I feel like also some of you guys are trying to think of a product that could be marketed to the world. I'm seeing also for some of you guys, maybe you're thinking you're in this field. I don't know if some of you guys are in a field where you come up with cures for some, what's it called, like illnesses. So let's say, you know, the people who are finding a cure for cancer, or people who are finding a cure for like some other thing. So that's also what I'm picking up here. You're trying to see how you'll be able to I feel like you're trying to scour for a career option or something that could sustain you for a long time. Yes. Okay, let's look at your cards here. We have Five of Wands with the Eight of Wands under the Ace of Wands. Like I said, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wand cards. This is, the wands are more about like drive, career, manifesting. So that's why I was like, there's a lot of energy related to that. With the Five of Wands here, this is the conflict. See, this is the conflict I was talking about. You have two kings, air and, oh no, sorry. Yeah, well, air, the swords is air, wands is fire. And I feel like they're clashing. Now, I'm thinking you could be dealing with some people who have like maybe two people that you admire, but they have very opposing ways of dealing with things. Maybe one is much more aggressive in a sense that's like they're very straightforward. When they don't like something, they say it. But then others are more a little more reserved, but then they have a lot of like they're more about thinking of how they can deal with this instead of acting out right away. Interesting. Here with the 5, this is what I meant with the conflict, is that I think you're trying to see how you can deal with something, or it's the 2 people that you are dealing with or you are around. I feel like the people around you who have these kinds of qualities. Oh, for some reason I'm hearing like divorced parents. I don't know if you have parents who have these kinds of qualities, but then they have separated because of very strong, because these are both yang energies, very fiery. I'm not saying that they're bad qualities to have. I'm just saying that they're very strong energies. And maybe it's just like, because I was seeing the situation where you spend half the week with one of your parents, and then the other half with the other. So I don't know if that resonates with some of you guys. But I think, because I'm hearing something like, I want to have something for myself. And look at these. It's like you really like holding on to something, right? I'm hearing a sense of identity. You're not sure who you are. Only in the sense, because like, let's say, that makes sense if it comes to the thing where I said in the beginning, like acting, like don't act out before, what's it? Don't act out, crap, what did I say earlier? Something like don't make rash decisions because of your emotions, like don't decide with your emotions, something like that. So I'm picking up here that because of this situation, let's say if you do have divorced parents, or you're in this situation where you do have like maybe 2 sides of the family where you just kind of spend time separately, like it's not together, you just kind of are grasping at things so you can have them to yourself, and maybe you don't have a lot. I don't know why that is, but that's something I'm picking up, where you just feel like you cling on to things. And so that's why I was saying that it's like what is it? It's like you really want to make other people feel better because you know how it feels like, not like to be alone. I know this sounds like it's so like jumpy, like it's jumping like everywhere, but I'm picking things up like that, like it's coming all over the place. So I feel like you're not sure. Oh yes, my point was, you're not sure who you are exactly, because maybe the time that you were supposed to be spending building this identity, figuring yourself out, like exploring things to see what you like and what you don't like, I think maybe people were just handing that to you, kind of giving you a kind of identity so that you could, maybe, let's say for example, maybe for some of you guys, your parents wanted you to be a doctor, so then now you're out there, like you really I don't know, I feel like this is not so much about career or love, it's more about yourself and creating a new self. Because I think for some of you guys, most of you guys, it's about really doing things because you want to. Like, okay, so I'm saying this as a scenario where, let's say you have your parents who are very maybe they have very strong values about certain things. So let's say they wanted you to be a doctor, maybe they wanted you to do something or do that, or maybe be a musician because they were musicians too, things like this. They were hoping that you would be this kind of person, and so you didn't really think much of it because you were oh my gosh, I cannot speak. You were young, or maybe you still are super young and you're still figuring out your way through life. But for most of you guys, it's like you were young, and so you made this decision because you believe that your parents had your best interest at heart in mind, right? So then you go with this, and then you realize that I feel like you're going through this moment of kind of reflecting, especially with this writing energy here, reflecting and thinking, was this something I wanted? And also with the mirror here. Was this something I wanted, or was this handed to me? Was this identity handed to me? Was I supposed to just be this? Or can I be something else? That's why. It's like you're kind of holding on to things, trying to explore, maybe trying to see what it is that you like, what you don't like. But at the same time, I feel like you've had to figure this out on your own. I think because you weren't sure who to surround yourself with, you were surrounded by maybe some people who didn't see your best interests at heart. They just wanted to take, or they wanted to you spend some time with them, and maybe there was peer pressure involved. Maybe for some of you guys, maybe you tried psychedelics for the first time because you wanted to. That's why with that Alice in Wonderland energy, right? Eating, consuming things, making you big or small. So it's like you have this distorted sense of identity, and you're not sure anymore. Like, who was I before I did all this? Is this really who I was meant to be, or I could be something else? Maybe I could be a writer. Maybe I could bake. I'm hearing maybe I could bake. Maybe I could be a journalist. I'm hearing. So it's like there is this thing where you're thinking of, am I choosing this because I'm choosing from emotion, because this is what I feel is right? Or am I choosing this because it's long term, or is it because it was something that was bestowed upon me? Something that, like I don't know if you've heard this theory of whether we were born a blank slate. Whether you were born a blank slate, where you're born into this world, and then everything's just like, clean. Or whether there are just some things, like, let's say biologically we could be more predisposed to things that maybe, like, let's say turning to drugs when we don't feel good, or maybe we overwork ourselves, things like that. So I feel like you've entered this very deep mode of reflection regarding yourself. This is like an overarching energy here with all the cards here. So with the 8 of Wands, I feel like there have been signs recently, like maybe you've noticed. Maybe that's what caused you to reflect, is that there were signs that universe is sending you and has sent to you, like a bunch, like all at once. Maybe you just think, like, snap, damn, all of that. Like, I feel like all of this was thoughts that came to you, like maybe in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day. Maybe you were just doing something else and you just had this existential thought. So this was what I'm seeing here, and hence the conflicting energy as well. These could not just be your parents, but maybe you have conflicting thoughts, because you're like, why am I overthinking this? Maybe it's just like how it's meant to be, but then there's that part of you that's like reflecting, and you're like, maybe, why not? So there's those two energies, but you just want to get things done. I'm hearing you're not trying to overcomplicate things, you're just kind of trying to get things done, trying to get to, like, I don't know if you guys are working on shadow work. That's why, because there is a thing where I think I've been seeing it somewhere where they said that shadow work helps you manifest things much quicker, like working on your shadow. So maybe this is what prompted these questions. But here with the Knight of Wands, you are definitely, don't rush into things, because like I said, don't rush into decisions hastily. Like, don't rush. Things are gonna, like, work out. Now it's easier said than done, because I could say that, but see here with the Chariot card, this is quite slow moving, and that's okay. I mean, like, it's easier to drive, like when you're driving. I don't drive, but like, I don't, maybe you guys drive, and maybe you're looking for something on the road, right? Let's say a restaurant, or maybe a shop that you're trying to look for. It's easier to go slowly and see it clearly, so that you'll know when to turn, instead of rushing, and then you'll be like, oh wait, did I just miss that? So then you have to go through the extra U-turn. and then you have to go, you know. So it's like there are extra steps. I'm not saying that when you rush you're not gonna get what you're manifesting, but it's just gonna add extra steps, because maybe going slowly and clearly seeing your path is much more practical, right? It's much more practical instead of rushing and then you're like, oh wait, I think it was there, so then you turn and then you, right? So I think in this sense, when it comes to slowly, like saying things slowly or moving slowly, it's like with the King of Swords, I think writing can help you better instead of just reacting and making decisions very quickly. So here I think I've seen this a lot too. Hold on YouTube, it's like this commonplace book. I don't know if that's something you've been seeing as well, but if not, you could look into that. It's like trying to figure out something but then having one place for it. I don't know. So it's like reflecting as well, writing diaries that could help you maybe figure out things that you like. So here I think, yeah, this is the idea about the identity, and like how you had to maybe just learn to do things because you thought it was something that you had to do. But here with the Nine of Cups, there was something like maybe you thought this was something that was a dream come true, but you just felt like, is it? Because this little girl doesn't really look happy, whether you're a girl or a guy, whatever, like doesn't really look happy. And maybe other people are thinking, oh yeah, like things are supposed to be like this, but then it's just like you're like, are you sure? Maybe it's more materialistic, because with the Nine of Cups, it is wish fulfillment, but it could be leaning more towards materialistic things. So maybe people thought that you had it all together, that you had everything that you want, but then there's something deep inside that you just feel like is not there, you know, it's kind of missing. Oh, look, it said something about baby making, right? When you've got baby making on your mind. There, look at that. I mean, I don't want to predict if there's going to be like a baby on the horizon or not, but this does confirm if you are also someone who's thinking of starting a family, but maybe you are thinking if this is just something because you have baby fever and you're seeing all these cute videos on TikTok or whatever social media you're using, and so you're just trying to analyze the situation carefully. Also, if you are oh wow, this is very relevant too, so maybe there's someone specifically who is considering having a child, and maybe it's like what's it, an ingrained idea in your culture that at a certain age there are, like, women already have children or men already have families. So then you're thinking of this as well, and you're thinking, is this something that I just feel like I have to do just because I've reached this age, or is it something that I really want for myself? So there's a lot of reflecting here, and you have to think about yourself. This one, I feel like you can't please everyone, and I think this is something that you are also trying to learn, because here next to it is the Five of Wands. I feel like there's always someone who's just not going to be very pleased with you. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying that there are some things where we just have to learn to do ourselves, and if we really want it, we go for it. And if people aren't happy, then if we're not hurting them, then, you know, just do it. So let's say if you don't want to start a family, then don't. Like, who cares? Like, if they say that, oh, but you're already reaching this age, you're supposed to have children, and just like, so I don't want to have children, you know, things like that. You don't have to please everyone, because you can't. You have to think about what's it? I was gonna say something, but it doesn't make sense. It's like making yourself the center of your world. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. That's what your guides are also telling you, because a lot of things, I think you've had to think of others first, but this time put yourself first. Don't react to things. Don't make decisions just because you feel like it's necessary, just because you feel like you're supposed to do it, or people expect this from you. Because in the end, I feel like you're just gonna be, what's it? I'm hearing grasping at straws. Like, you're really just gonna try and make your identity based on things that people say, and then when you look at yourself in the mirror, you won't really recognize who you are. Think about the child. Think about your experiences as a child, like things that you enjoyed. You can write those down, and then you can redirect your course instead of aimlessly going anywhere just to be anywhere, you know? I mean, aimlessly going anywhere just to be somewhere. So instead of speeding, you can slow down, look at what's around you, and you decide, do I want to go this side or this side? And you're just like, okay, I actually want to go this way. Instead of just running or driving really fast and saying, oh, I think this side looks okay or this side looks fine. So you got to know where you're going. You have to know where you're directing this energy before you go forward. Okay? Wow. Let's see some messages here. Some final messages before we close the reading. Whoa! Okay, there's already one. Okay, thank you. What does pile number 3 need to hear before we end this reading? What does pile number 3 need to... This is the one. Thank you. Buttercup. Be ready. The best is on its way. Exactly. Have trust. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. You know, like Peter Pan. Belladonna. Silence. Listen more and quiet be. Yes, especially lining up with the reflection card here. I think this is reminding you that through reflection, you'll be able to maybe identify things that you enjoy doing, enjoy doing, or maybe even eating, or because you like it, not because you had to do it because you had to get along with some people, right? Like, let's say if you don't like drawing, and then you just went with some other people just because you joined the club and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to draw and it's gonna make me feel like in connection with these people. But maybe you like to, I don't know, make Lego castles, or I don't know, like building things. Maybe you like to build things. So just do things that you like. You don't have to do things just because other people expect that of you. Okay? Now, I'm not saying like this is a disclaimer that you shouldn't be avoiding responsibility just because you don't want to. If it's something that you are responsible for, let's say, like I'm hearing for some of you, like paying for child support. I'm not saying don't do it just because you don't want to. There are some things that we are obligated to do, but some things that people have imposed onto us and we don't have to do it, okay? Just like when it comes to your career or things that you should do with your life, okay? So things like that. Pile number 3. This was very interesting. I did not expect this. But then again, for all readings, I don't really expect a lot. I don't expect anything, I mean, when it comes to readings. But this was very interesting. Thank you for letting me read your energy. I hope you're well. I hope this was helpful. And don't be afraid to go for what you want this time, okay? Your final message. Be ready. The best is on its way. So thank you for thank you for sticking for another reading with me, sticking with me for another reading. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever you're watching this. Take care, and I'll see you next time with another reading. Bye. Hi, pal number 4. Welcome to your reading. So, this was the stone that you were drawn to. It's really interesting. It's like when when the humans landed on the moon, like something so different on top of something, like something so smooth on top of something so rough. Anyway, we have pyrite. Okay, who needs it? The chronically lethargic. Anybody sleeping on their potential. Okay, when to use it? On that romantic weekend away from the kids, and whenever the energy to power through feels shrouded in dark matter. Okay, call on your core power. Definitely, it's like coming out then. Instead of landing, it's like coming out, the potential. It's so cool, you know, sometimes how, like, these things just like grow out of this rough shell. So there's so like potential. Amazing. We're analyzing the card so much. But anyway, welcome to your reading. The decks we're going to be using are here. And for today's reading, we're going to be focusing on what you need to hear right now. So whether it's about, you know, love, career, anything in general, and it could be reassurance, it could be a sign, you know. So we're going to see all of that in the reading. And we're going to start with oracle cards. So what does pile number 4 need to hear right now? Does pile number 4 need to hear right now? And you know, this is going to be general because they're like super general. Like, but I feel like there are some cases where it's really focusing on something. Because then again, there are some energies that are much stronger and general, because there's like a bunch of you guys from all over the place, all over the world who watch these, and I'm really grateful for you guys. So yeah, just take that into consideration. So what does pile number 4 need to hear right now? It's here. Thank you. Space. Wow, just like what I was saying with space. Of course not literally, but we'll see. We'll look at your cards first. I think this one, it showed itself first, so we'll pay attention to this as well. Space. Because this is room for improvement as well, you know. The space that you have is not just physical space, but it's also your mind's space, the space of your, like, your potential for growth. There's a lot of space. Criticism, Mars in Virgo. Wow. I feel like maybe you had to dull your shine a little bit because some people were just like, no, you shouldn't be doing this, doing that. Moon in Aquarius with independence. Yes. I'm hearing like it's time to just do the things that you want just because you do. Nobody can tell you otherwise. See? Look at that. Okay. What does pile number 4 need to hear right now? Wow. Okay, some more please. What does pile number 4 need to hear right now? We'll just take all of those. I'm being called to take all of those. Pile number 4 need to hear right now. This is the one. This is very messy. We'll do it like this. I feel like these need to be together here and this one here. Thank you. I think that's enough. Yes, we're gonna just pull out some more if we need them. Okay, so these are the inspiration cards. I forgot to say in the beginning, but we're gonna be using them at the end. We're gonna pull these cards after the reading. Okay, we'll start with these and this. Okay, so you have 6 of Cups, the Empress. Look at that. The same imagery. If you guys are manifesting something into your life, there is a chance that that's happening. Okay, King of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Okay, 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Can we put one more? No, I think maybe just one. Nah, no, we're not gonna force it. I think these are meant to be in a group. They want to be together. Okay, Death. Ooh, Temperance. Look at that. You have so many. Okay, you have 3 major arcana cards so far. Knave or Page of Pentacles. Look at the imagery. Look at that. Definitely abundance. Manifesting things into your life. 8 of Swords. 9 of Cups. And one more that we can fit. King of Cups. Okay, we're gonna look at this later. Okay. Pile number 4. What's going on? You guys are... I'm hearing... Look at that. With this house on top and money. especially with the King of Pentacles like looking like it's going towards the Empress. But at the same time, be careful of greed. I'm hearing like too much, like excess is also like, let's say you manifest something into your life, but excess is also a problem, you know. Let's say if you're manifesting more money into your life, I feel like there is a high chance of that happening with all these like pregnant figures. I feel like it's definitely representative of manifestations coming true, or like a project that is underway that could be very fruitful. But at the same time, like let's say overworking is not going to be good for you, obviously. I mean, in just very obvious terms as well, but I mean in this sense, too much. So overworking to realize that dream, or let's say greed is also excess of want. It's also gonna affect you. So that's something you should pay attention to. Or maybe people who are also lusting over things that you have because they think you have it all. So you have to be careful of people around you who are possibly going to affect that. Maybe that's why you have space as well. People around you in your space. With criticism here, maybe they are telling you how to do things with your money. Maybe they're trying to say that it's more for, let's say, they're just trying to help you, things like that. And let's say there are some people who do have your best interests at heart. But then there are others who just do that because they're jealous of what you have and they just kind of want to undermine you, right? So we have to be careful. So trust your decisions, because maybe they are very different, the way that you make decisions, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to work out, because it's worked out so far for you. I feel like you've manifested a lot into your life. Here, I'm saying that the moment you let go of the need for control and the moment that you started trusting your angels and your guides or whoever you believe in, was when like a lot of opportunities for financial success came into your life. But I'm hearing here, I don't know if you feel stuck between the need, like something that makes you emotionally fulfilled or something that makes others feel like, is it your dream or is it others' dreams? But I think this was something that you are reminding yourself of when you are making decisions. Here with the Six of Cups, and the Empress. I mixed up Empress and Temperance together. Amazing. With the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups, they have very similar imagery for me. And this is especially, it does connect with what I was saying, that is it your dream or is it their dream? With the Six of Cups, I feel like it's with the people, maybe your family even, or people that you've known for a long time, that probably they have a lot to say about how you're doing things. And maybe it was okay with you in the beginning because it's just like you didn't really care. But now it's just like too much, to the point that's like, are you doing it because you want to or because like it's necessary? Like, because you want to or because people want you to? Yes. Very similar to the previous reading, I must say. So if you were drawn to that, you could look into it as well. Previous reading, like pile number 3. So anyway, there was something that changed, and we're gonna see that in a bit. But I think it's to do with your surroundings, like the people around you, that maybe they were hindering your potential for growth. So then when you were just like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna let my guides and my angels do things. It's not like completely letting everything go and just, let's say, when you were trying to, let's say for example, if you're trying to manifest like a career, like a job or a house or something, and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it to my angels, and then you don't do anything, and then you just sit there and just not look for jobs. So what's the point, right? So it's not in that sense, but it's more like, I'm gonna apply for these jobs, And if it works out, then it works out. If it doesn't work out, then never mind, you know, things like that. So it's more like you're gonna put in some work, and then you're gonna see how that goes. And that's what you did. It's like there were ties that had to be cut. Maybe these people who had too much to say about your life, like unnecessarily too much to say. Maybe they were trying to make things. Oh, I'm hearing maybe for some of you guys, there are some people around you who just wanted I'm hearing, I don't know if this resonates for you, some of you, but it's like maybe they said that, oh, you're so pretty, like you could join those beauty contests, or oh, you're so handsome, you can do that, you know, things like that. But then maybe you're just like, I don't want that, and maybe the things that you like are so different from what people expect from you. So that's what I mean when that's why they're whoa, I'm stuttering. There are so many things that people have to say about what you should do with your life, and then you're just like, I just need some space from you guys. So I think you change your surroundings. Maybe for some of you guys you even moved, but in general it's just like you just cutting ties from people who just, ooh, look at that, even beheaded. You just kind of cut ties from people who just no longer were on your same vibrational frequency. Like you guys were not vibing anymore the same way, or you didn't have the same goals, or like you're trying to surround yourself with people who are much more aligned with your goals. And that's how you brought more people in. But you feel trapped. Let's see. 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. With the blindfold, look at that. Maybe you didn't see it coming. You didn't see this coming. Maybe this is a warning. I feel for some, it hasn't happened yet where people are trying to meddle into your business. So they are definitely warning you to, like, before you feel trapped in this, like, pay attention to the people around you. And, oh, look at that. 2 hands also. People who are trying to control. There's like this chance, this opportunity for a new idea, a new just something new coming into your life. But then, like, I feel like some people are kind of trying to pull it away from you. There's like some opposing energy here where it's like someone else wants it, but then like you're trying to claim it for yourself, but then you're getting hurt doing that. So I think this is where it says that you remove these people from your life, and then you allow your angels, your guides to help you through this situation, to help you see clearer, so that you can be emotionally more fulfilled with the King of Cups here. And that you wouldn't just be in material success, but also emotional fulfillment. Wow. There's potential for you to bring whatever you're trying to manifest into your life. I feel like this is more of advice. You should be, you should surround yourself with the people you want to become. I remember hearing that somewhere. I can't remember where, but I think it's very true. Like, if you want to be successful, now I'm not saying that you should be judging people. Like, you could have a whole different variety of friends, which is fine. It's just, I'm let's say the qualities that you want. So it doesn't have to be like maybe someone who is not as someone who's not as financially successful as you are. They could have amazing values, you know. They could be very patient, they could be very humble. So it's more about surrounding yourself with the people you want to be. People who can contribute into the person you want to be. Yes. Let's look at this card. King of Swords. You've got 2 kings. 3 kings. Oh, look at that. So, look. Is it gonna be to your disadvantage? If you want, there's like greed, right? Look at that, 2 crowns. You don't need 2 crowns on your head. You only have 1 head. How are you gonna wear 2 crowns, right? Greed. I feel like this is definitely relating to greed, but also just like and then you're burying the money because you want to. Oh, it reminds me of the Egyptians, I think. Like they wanted to be buried with their treasure because they wanted to bring that with them to the afterlife. Conflicting. It's like 3 kings. Could be a little bit difficult with 3 kings, because then there's like very strong energies. So I think you could be dealing with people with authority, and they just have a lot to say about what you should be doing. That's why with the criticism, because when you were younger, I think things didn't matter so much because of from who it came from. But I feel like nowadays it's coming from others that, like, it's really important what they say about you. But they're telling you to be careful, because in the end, like, who's gonna suffer, right? You have to see clearly who's grabbing onto that. Are you hurting yourself in the end grabbing this? Interesting. I feel like this is very open-ended. Among all the other piles, this is more like pay attention to people around you, because here also you have so much potential. It says here, right? Sleeping on their potential. When the energy feels shrouded in dark matter. So it's definitely dark here, shrouded. You can't see. Look at that. Even here, you can't see. You have to pay attention. You have to see. You have to really assess the people around you, so that whatever it is that's coming into your life, it's not like someone already having something to say about it, or already telling you, dictating you how you should be doing, like how you should be doing things or using things. Like how you should be going about things, right? With the King of Swords also, it's like swords with the air energy, with thoughts, right? Pentacles. Yeah, paying attention. Okay, let's see your final message with these cards. I'm just gonna check if we're still rolling. Okay. What does pile number 4 need to hear before we end the reading? What final messages do you have for them? This. Thank you. Oh, where did I put that in? That should be here. Look at this. Final message for pile number 4, please. I feel like this is very open-ended, like I said. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty here from your side as well. But I think this will make sense to you, because then I think there's just so many ways that this could go around. But in the end, it should be for your benefit, how you can grow. But make sure it's growing because like from your potential, not because of what people have told you to do, you know? See? Violet, the answers and truths are always within. Exactly. Within. Crocus, breathe. Calm, rest, stop, and just be. Slow down a little. Because I feel like this is a lot of overthinking. And I wouldn't say overthinking, but I feel like there's so many thoughts that you're just not sure about what you're thinking anymore. That kind of energy. And maybe there's like this fog, like you're not sure how you can go about things anymore, or like what you should be pursuing. So they're reminding you to breathe, to stop, take a break whenever you can. Take a breather. And always make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who want the best for you. I know sometimes it's easier said than done, because there are people who look like they want the best for you, but then in the end they just kind of greedy, and they just, but allow your guides, your angels, to guide you towards the success and the potential for stability. Okay, so whatever sense this is, career, relationship, it's about room for growth, potential, growing from the way that you want, not because of how people expect you to be. Okay, look clearly the people around you, filter them out. Right, pile number 4, that was your message. I hope this was helpful. I hope you're all right, taking care of yourselves, and thank you for letting me read your energy. Thank you for sitting with me for another reading. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Yeah, day or night, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you next time for another reading. For now, take care. Bye.